know about you, but I am super depressed and I feel like shit. Let's try some exercises, okay? Everything is about do what you can, always. A chair is a great idea. A stable one, not a fold-up one. You don't want it to collapse on you if you're balancing on it, etc., etc. So something stable to sit on is a really great way to go. And of course, some of us are in a wheelchair. Some of us may be missing one or more or all appendages. Some of us may be paraplegic. Some of us may not even be able to move anything, right? Some of us need other people to help us move, massage, keep us trying even when we can't, to prevent atrophy to our muscles. Number one thing that happens, of course, to humans as we age, our bone density goes down, our muscles shrink and atrophy, unless we intervene via some sort of organic mechanism that, or nowadays, as we're getting robotic stuff, you have machines that will also exercise people through that have that. So there's just so much, right? And it's a remarkable time. And there's a lot of hope for the future for people who can't move or have limited movement or have other disabilities or conditions. Like with me, like it's doing right now, and my foot is curling up down here too as I'm talking about this stuff. So let's do some breathing, because breathing is a great way to start, and that's going to help calm my head down. And it's going to get me into a short period of space where we can do some movements together. If you can't move, you can focus on the breathing. You can listen along to whatever I might share or not. Or you can just put on some music and watch. You have a lot of options. Eventually, I want to get to where our channel is fully accessible, meaning I want to have content available in multiple languages. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it someday. Let's put our hands on our legs or on your chest, might be fine. Or down to your side, grab the side of the chair. Sometimes helps me, like I pull myself into my spot. I try to take my shoes off if you can, wherever you're at, even if this is at your desk at work and you're just sneaking a quick, I'm gonna do this workout right here while I keep typing. Kick your shoes off, okay? And crinkle your toes if you can. Imagine crinkling your toes. Breathe in. Hold it gently. Release your shoulders. Breathe out. Put your feet back down. Twiddle your fingers like this. Maybe you're already typing, but release your hands, kind of shake them, shake your wrists, and then like you're pretending to play piano, maybe you are a pianist. Don't put the pianist moves in it, release it. Sprinkle fairy dust, Sprink confectioner's sugar, sprink light glittery powder. Oh, twinkle the toes, twinkle the toes, twinkle the toes, twinkle the nose, twinkle the nose. Toes, fingers, nose, and then release the eyebrows. You see, I'm already lightening up being here with you. And that's such a nice thing. So yeah, eventually I want our YouTube channel, EVLOVEVOLVE, to really be truly accessible to everybody. Somehow, you know, they have machines now even, right, that where if you're blind and deaf, but you've learned like Braille, there's like it dictates. Anyway, there's goodness. I just want to learn over time, which I will do, how to make this accessible as possible. You know, and a lot of my content is pretty intense, kind of what I consider 18 plus. So I've been starting to do age restrictions. Okay, let's just do some gentle touch the floor, pick the other foot up, touch the floor, pick the other foot up, touch the floor, pick the other foot up. And see what I'm doing with my head? Let's just do a little left and right gentle. It's not like a giant thrust. Don't flex the muscles in your neck. This is a gentle, carefree, like you're sitting on the edge of a little dock and it's a warm day and there's a breeze. Let's rotate the head like in a figure 8. Put your feet down now. Your feet are in the water. The lake is warm. You can see all the way to the 4-foot bottom, so you have nothing to worry about. There's no fake piranhas. Let's raise our arms up. Take a deep breath in. There's no alligators. Anyway, and if there is any of these things, you can see them coming. Let's lean back in our chair. Make sure your chair is stable. You don't lean so far back to fall over. Do not lift your chair off the ground like you did in school, or I'll say, I'll give you an air swat. Don't do that. I wouldn't ever hit you purposely. Well, unless it was consensual. Anyway, arms up, lean back, breath in. And let's breathe out, gentle. And gently bring the arms forward. Let the hands fold at the wrist like gravity. Oh, we get to here, and then maybe we do a little bit of thriller, thriller. Okay, release the hands, little sprinkles. Bring it back down, shake the shoulders out. Let's give those tatas a little shake. Oh, that's nice. Let's just do gentle shoulder rotations. Oh, let's do them both. Rotate your neck around, whatever you need to do. The whole point is that this isn't like a muscular straining thing. I don't want you right now doing straining movements. I don't want you tense. I want this just to be real gentle. I want you to feel your legs with your hands, you know, feel your body. Get in touch with your toes, your shins, your knees, all the way to your nose, all the way in your brains. Oh, good. Okay, here we go. Let's do one shoulder shrug. Let's do this 5 times on one side. Now, what's a fun thing to do when you do this? You give a wink and a little bit of a mouth kiss kind of thing out the side, you know, give a little Mae West. Let's do 2 more. Little Mae West, 1 more. Good job. Let's go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. That was a good one right there. 4, 5. I know, I'm silly. Let's do both. Let's go forward, gentle. Forward, let your hands kind of just slide back and forth. See how my hands are just kind of, and I'm not using a lot of force. I'm just gently rotating. Stay loose, deep breath. Exhale, gentle. And then just relax the arms to the side. Sit back in your chair. Scoot your butt forward a little bit. Just let your arms slouch to the side. Get your feet out in front. Touch the heels of your feet on the ground. And then now we're gonna flex them towards the face. I'm not gonna hold mine though up here because I'm gonna put them down here because I want this to be relaxed. Keep these arms relaxed. Lean back a little bit. Now take a deep breath. And then flex the toes towards your nose and take your toes and flex it towards your toes. And breathe out. Back and breathe in. Point your toes forward. And now let's toes to nose. Breathing out. If you want to lift them up like this, you can. That was nice. Okay, slide your butt back. What that actually does is stretches out up here at the base of your neck, and it might actually even go on you just slightly. Also, we rarely flex our feet backwards towards us, so that gives us a nice little quick excitation of our shin that doesn't get operated much these days unless you're constantly in high heels, ladies, and well, lots of guys out there too. However you identify and whatever shoe you're wearing, our shins, they're just not really made for it. So, not in normal life. So it's really good for dailies to do these. Do the to your nose and then point to the walls, you know. And if you do this sitting on a chair, that's much easier. And then you can turn sideways. And let's say you wanted to increase the difficulty level. Well, I have a nice little handle here. I got a nice handle here. And then I get myself balanced. And then I can lean back. And I can start doing stuff like this. Or maybe I could do this. That's nice to do. Maybe I do this. Might as well do 5 more of those. Now, one thing that's important, and different people train different ways, and your muscles will activate different ways for different people depending on how you're, well, the position and how you're trying to activate or use them. When I was more concentrated as a fighter, when I would do all my ab work, I'm always pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. Pushes the muscle wall out farther and creates more of a robust protection around my organs and cage for fighting, being in the military. So there's the one type where you push. This actually is not a good way to exert yourself and can cause hernias and other major injuries. But often that's how people learn how to do it. That's just how they do it. No rhyme or reason to it. Some people actually taught that way. Some people do a mix. I do both. I did both types. But what I'm trying to say is that instead of pushing all this pressure out of you, you should be pulling it in. You should be pulling it in, because you keep your core tighter, you know. It tends to remain that way. Whereas I built my core kind of wider, and so then when I stopped working out as much, there's a lot more room for fat to build in the areas. It's interesting. And then of course, then trying to activate the muscles through that fat, very difficult. And that pushing caused massive strain, which caused massive problems on my back. So what I'm trying to say here is you need to learn how to pull this in. I don't care if you're covered in this amount of fat. Pull, pull, pull. Which also means you need to learn how to breathe, not just in the chest or not just in the nose up here or the upper throat, chest area, and not down in the diaphragm. Because if you're breathing in the diaphragm, down in here, like a Pavarotti singer, la 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 la, like, right? You don't want to get hit with a diaphragm full of air. That'll put you down just as quick as that one will. Let's do some bicycles and some punches. Now focus on pulling, 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 pulling. It's the pulling contraction that really activates the abs in a way that will start to wrap your internals, your deep internals. It'll help pull it together. That's just one exercise of many, which will then lead to what goes down to your groin, your eye, right? Like all these things connect. So right here in the center of this, area, right? The pelvis, like this whole connection area here is just, it's incredible how connected it is. So when we activate our core here, try to learn, don't push like that, don't push. Now your gut may move still like mine does. I still have a gut I'm working on, so be it. I still got to focus on pulling in the muscle inside and then do it like that. And if my fat's out here going crinkle, crinkle, squishy, squishy, so be it. But what I don't want to see is, and then I push, and I push. Guess what else that puts pressure on? It puts pressure on your colon, on your intestines, and then on your, So when you suck your gut in, guess what it also makes you do? It makes you do a little mini Kegel, if you're doing it right, on your planetary exploration area. Watch out for Klingons. I love Klingons. So let's do the other side. So see from over here. So I want to pull in. I don't want to push. If I'm having to push, that's not good. I want to pull in. Take a little breath, mid-chest. Pull in. Breathe out. Release it. There you go. That's a good way to do a crunch and activate this without hurting other things. Take it easy here. You might have to use a roller or something behind you. Maybe you can't do that in a chair that way, but guess what you could do? You could just sit in the chair facing me. Twinkle fingers, twinkle fingers, twinkle toes, twinkle toes. Face me and just right here. Breathe in, and at the same time you breathe in, center chest, center chest. At the same time you do that, suck in the muscles in there. Just pull them in. Okay, you ready? And we're gonna hold it for 10. Here we go. Let's start by breathing out completely. And just let your belly just go completely loose. Breathe it out, breathe it out. Okay, let's suck it in, let's go. Gentle. Keep holding their gut in and breathe out. Pull your gut in to push the air out. Oh, good. Now release it all and take a deep breath. Whew. This is how you learn, like, how to break it down and get control, because you have to sense them. And if you're not aware of where they are in your body, then how do you activate them when you're doing other things like simply reaching for a spoon, stirring this, driving, working on a plant, working at the typewriter. Maybe you do shoot hoops or do archery, or maybe you run and lift weights. It's fine. You still need to learn how to become aware of things inside your body and how to activate them the way you'd like to. Maybe I'll retract. I would love for you to have that. I would love for me to have that more. I am very out of touch with things. You know, I block a lot of pain, especially from my double knee replacements. I have to block it because while I'm doing these leg kicks, you don't feel it and hear it. But for me, I have a nonstop grinding in my left knee, and pops and grinds, and it vibrates through my body. And good thing I have the headphones on and I can't hear it. Hearing it and feeling it at the same time. It interferes with my brain. Exercising it. I make sure too, when I do shower, when I can, I try to wash each knee. I try to do this, but it's difficult to do. I'm grateful that I can move, and I'm grateful I can be here with you right now. Okay. Well, let's finish with a couple of upright moves, shall we? Here. Come behind your chair. And get yourself up. Get your legs about as wide as the chair legs. And then I want you to keep your head up. I want you to bend your knees. Get your butt under you. Pull in your stomach. Pull it in again with me, right? Pull it in. Hold it, and then let's just do a little tiny squat. And then we're gonna breathe out as we push up. And then release the gut. Oh, good. Now let's pull in the gut. Take in that breath. Do a little half squat. Breathe out and push up. Keep the gut in. Use that gut. Pull it in to push the air out. I'll use the chair. Oh. Okay. Well, thanks for being here today. And thanks for being with me and helping me. Many of you know I really have a lot of struggles. I'm really quite a lovely person. And I want to be here, and I want to be me for you, whoever that is. And I must seem absolutely insane because I shift between modes, but that just depends on how safe I'm feeling or not. And I am working my butt off to keep myself in good mental health and good physical health, and take care of Hana and her health as well as I can, while continually to fight the fight for good care, not just for myself, but for everyone. And it's an honor to be here with you. And thanks for joining me today. And just do what you can, because that's all you can do. Love you. Come here, Hana. Come on, baby. Oh, is that my baby? Oh, there's my target. Oh. Oh, she did the best baby. See you next time. Let's get some water, huh? Yeah.